I was muted. Just know you missed the best intro I've ever done. Welcome back to UKSG Red 2025. This event we're raising money for Crisis. You can donate with the links below the stream. We would like to shout out BSG for their continued support. Now, it's time for the first race of the event. We have InfinityGene and rui2pop running Spyro, Year of the Dragon. Take it away.
I can confirm, by the way, that that was a fantastic intro that you missed. It's unfortunate.
So yeah, I'm InfinityGene and
rui2pop.
And we've
Bradley Gaming.
Yeah, got lovely Bradley Gaming doing a bit of commentary with us.
Yep. This is the third game in the Spyro franchise. We're going to be doing a kind of an any % route, restricted any %. There are 3 cutscenes at the start, so what we're going to do, I think we can start timer once we load past the main menu, but we will sync loading into the game on the 3rd cutscene. So I think we can start timer now. So the name of this game is to collect eggs. There is an evil blue witch, who we're not going to see in this cutscene. You can sort of see it on the background there. She's stolen dragon eggs. We need to recover 100 of them to fight her at the end and win. So this is the last cutscene, so I will count the runners in. We will skip the cutscene in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, both of you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
So when we load in, we're going to load into Sunrise Spring, which is the first hub world. There are 4 of these. These contain all the level portals. There are 5 levels in each of the home worlds. This is our first egg. 1 out of 100, hooray. Isn't that easy? That's Isabel. We're going to get some dialogue here from the evil witch's apprentice, Bianca. And then we're going to go into Sunny Villa, which is the very first main level of the game.
And the worst.
And the worst.
It's not too bad. It's Reset Villa, though.
Yeah, Reset Villa. People reset this level a lot. And we're about to see why. Ooh. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, InfinityGene. So that was called a dead body proxy. Basically, some enemies have a hitbox that you can charge into, but you can't glide into. So if we kill the enemy, charge into their hitbox, and then press X to glide, we get a 1-frame glide. And the game will respond to that by giving us momentum, because it doesn't want us to get stuck in the hitbox. So it ejects us out at high speed. Usually we want to use that speed to go up, and by going up we can skip into sections of level earlier than the game wants us to. Ooh, unlucky. So unfortunately Rui missed the rui2pop proxy, as we call it, so had to recover the egg on the waterfall. A different way, but did get the one towards the end of the level, which is cool.
I wish I would stop bonking there, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Not too
Bonking
bad.
is fine. Yeah, every level has an NPC at the end. We need to recover the egg from that NPC at the end of the level in order to unlock the following homeworld. That's us done with Sunny Villa. Very quick level. You'll notice on the screen there that some gems counted. That is the other main collectible in this game, but other than in maybe one instance later in this homeworld, gems are kind of irrelevant to us. We shouldn't need to pay for anything in this run. As I say, there might be one thing later in this homeworld shortly, but we will see. Hopefully we won't need to. But we're going to head into Cloud Spires. I should talk about some basic movement, actually, as well. So, at the moment, we've got some charging going on. That's with square. We can jump with X. We can also press X again to glide, which gets us to some interesting places. We can flame with the circle button. We love to flame things. And we can also press triangle to hover. Gets us onto some surfaces that we may not otherwise be about to do. So in this game, portals bleed a little bit. So you'll see portals for levels live beneath the level when they're unlocked, or sorry, when they're locked. And in actual main levels, side areas, as we're in right now, this Sunseeds mini game, the portal actually bleeds out of the back, so we can just glide around the back of the wall and enter the portal from behind. And what that's going to do is that once we exit, we're going to actually be near the end of the level, and we can just jump across and get the end of level egg without doing a whole big section of the level. This level is actually really big if you play it casually and in the way that the game intends you to. But fortunately, we can just skip a lot of that. We're going to build a sun. It's really good that we're building a sun because we're in Glasgow at the moment and there is no sun whatsoever. So it's nice that we have actually built one.
Been very wet for sure.
But yeah, we come out here, get the end of level egg, and then we're going to take a little whirlwind up to another mini-game. This is the spirits mini-game. Some evil spirits have taken over these bells, and we're going to flame them and make this cloud happy. Again.
For Glasgow.
Yeah, very fitting.
We're going to have a sun and cloud.
Sun and cloud, yep. There's a really weird glitch, or not glitch actually, I think it's a debugging tool in this level, where if you press triangle, as soon as a cutscene loads, there are a couple of cutscenes here, as soon as you press triangle, the cutscene skips. That is not found in any other level, it's only Cloud Spires. Every other level, if there's a cutscene, it's either unskippable or you press start. But for this level, yeah, triangle. I assume it was a debugging thing, I don't know for sure.
Is it strange that this is like the only level that has that though?
Yeah, I did hear the other day that various developers worked on different levels and they weren't really coordinating, which is why some instances things behave inconsistently for how you think they should.
Yeah.
Some
levels you just have like areas that were coded into the game but just like never used.
Yeah.
Sadly we won't see that today, but
yeah. But yeah, there's 6 eggs in Cloud Spires. Oh, there's 6 eggs in most levels. We're going to get all 6 in Cloud Spires, and then we're going to move on. We're going to meet Hunter. He's a cheater, and he's kind of annoying. He's meant to be our companion, our friend, our helper. But he seems to have found some eggs and won't give them to us until we complete various challenges, which feels very counterintuitive. We're here to save the dragon eggs, remember?
And Hunter's like, nah, I just want to have a bit of fun before I give you the egg.
Yeah, but we get Coltrane. And then we're going to do a trick called Whirlwind Bypass. So there's a Superfly power-up there. And there is a height cap in this game. But by timing a press of the down button, an X press to glide and to flap, and then a square press to charge, we can actually break that height cap, get a bit more height, and get onto a wall on the edge there. And what that allows us to do is get out of bounds. Now there's a river here. We'll see it on Gene's screen. This river has collision on the outside. Water in this game, you kind of don't think of it as a pool of water. It's a bit weird. But basically, if you charge into the side of this pool of water, this river, the game will get tricked into thinking, well, you can't do that from out of bounds. You must be in bounds. You must be able to get the swim. So it lets us have swim. But we're not in the water, so it just lets us swim wherever we want. We call this a swim in air, because you are literally swimming in the air. And it means we can get into various places, including Sheila's Alp. So Sheila's Alp is the first of the side character levels. There are 4 side characters in this game, friends of Spyro, and it's the first time in the Spyro series that we've been able to play as someone who isn't Spyro. All of these characters have actually been caught and imprisoned by the evil Blue Witch, as aforementioned. Normally we would have to pay gems to a big bear called Moneybags to release the side characters, but, as I mentioned, portals when they're locked are actually stored beneath where we would normally enter them from. So we can just go out of bounds, in this case with the swim, and swim straight into the portal.
Oh,
there we go, we got the swim in air.
It's definitely one of the gatekeepers for sure.
Yeah.
I think in runs, it's definitely where you reset if you don't get it like the second try.
Yeah.
It's fine.
it's definitely sort of one of the most useful as well. It's kind of used in every category, just how good
Yeah.
it is.
So you'll see there actually on Gene's screen a little mustache, which is the portal for Sheila. There are no other. There's one other portal in this homeworld that looks like that. All the other portals are stored beneath, but invisible, which makes trying to find them if you're a newbie and not really sure where you're going a little bit difficult. I've definitely missed them on occasion. But yeah, Genes and Sheila, we're going to head over to Molten Crater over on Rui's stream. There's going to be another trick, hopefully, at the start of this level, which, if we don't get, we'll have to pay some gems, but we're looking good on the gem count, so that won't be a problem. This is a really precise trick actually coming up. You only get an attempt on it when you load into the level. Let's see if we can get it on this boar. Ooh, unlucky. So kind of like the one we did in Sunny Villa, the first level, whereby we're getting momentum off the enemy. This one works, again, kind of similarly, but it's an animation proxy. We're not technically proxying off the enemy. We're actually getting our height off the animation. So it's very specific timing. Once we miss it, we can death abuse on that first egg that we got. But other than that, the only way to get it again, if you're not a TAS, and we're not, would be to exit the level and re-enter. But we can move on. It's not essential that we get it. As I say, there is a payment to Moneybags the bear that we can do as a alternative to getting ball proxy. We're also going to enter another side area here with Sergeant Bird. He's the second of the side characters. I'll talk more about him in a little bit because he has his own level in the second homeworld. Some very specific movement, but there is just an egg there that we can get very, very easily and leave. Here is the bear. The peak of capitalism, Moneybags. We don't like him. Yeah, we don't like Moneybags. He's here to steal our hard-earned gems. I mean, we've been here for, what, 10 minutes? Collecting 300 gems, and he's just taking them from us.
I know. Unacceptable.
Anyway, he's been guarding these thieves. They've stolen 2 eggs, and we need to recover the eggs. Let's see if Gene can get ball proxy. This would be really cool to see. Yeah, let's go! Really nice, really nice. And as you can see there, the portal lives just behind, so we can enter it from out of bounds, which is really cool. I would say this is a fantastic time for any messages if you have them.
Messages? I have messages. Of course I have messages. We have a £20 donation from Tony Star 73, who says best of luck to you both, Rui and Gene, and a £10 donation from SynthCat67, who says good luck, Rui and Gene, running the superior version of Spyro 3. Who even plays the remake anyway? Reminder, guys, if you want to see Tiny Tim accompanied by 2 actual Power Rangers later on, make sure when you are putting in your donations to click on to the incentive, just so we can meet that. We're really close. We've only got £145 to go, and we've still got 2 more runs before it. So keep those donations coming in.
Do we know what colour the Power Rangers are? My favourite was always red.
I have no idea. I have no idea. Mine was always the green. Green and red, I think, were my 2
Two good Power Rangers.
Yeah, very good.
Let's hope those are the ones. Anyway, back in Spyro. Rui is over into Seashell Shore. Very easy for me to say. We're going to collect a number of eggs here. I think we're going to collect 6.
Yeah, 6.
I'm unhappy about this because it means that we're doing 2 identical routes. I'll talk more about that in a bit. But anyway, this is the last level in this first homeworld. We've got an underwater egg. We're going to get a couple of eggs in Sheila. Nice little proxy. Again, that's a similar animation proxy to the boar one that we saw, which is really cool off that Rhinoc. What's great about Gene's current Molten Crater as well is that we can see that we do the level backwards. We go up into the Thieves area and then just work our way back rather than going forwards. And it's, I don't know what the timing on it is, maybe 8 seconds or so faster, something like that. Not counting the detours that you take to collect gems on the way. But we're heading to Sandcastles. Now, this is slightly notorious for a couple of reasons. One, it is the 101st fastest egg in the route, so it is technically 1 short of optimal, but it is fairly consistent. You should never really save or lose time on this. But there is a risk of crashing. It's slightly unstable. If you do these in a very specific order, depending on how you approach the sandcastles...
Thank God.
Yeah, we didn't crash, that's good. The game can crash. Equally, if the cannons that we've been stomping, we need to destroy the cannons to help the octopi? The octopi?
They're seals.
The seal. Oh, sorry, they're seals. I don't know why I thought they were octopi. There are octopus enemies in this. Of course they're seals. Yeah, the seals are blowing up that building. The cannons can hit the Rhinoc, and if you destroy the cannons at that time, the game can crash, which is very unfortunate. It's happened to me. It's happened to everyone, I think. We never want that to happen. But anyway, we're going to head into Bluto. Now, this guy, this is a Rhinoc, and he's got a robotic shark sub, and he's been terrorizing the seals. So we're just going to destroy the shark sub. Kind of cool.
Can crash here as well.
You can crash here as well. It's a very weird crash, actually.
Yeah.
I know what causes it visually, but I don't know how you set it up. Essentially, sometimes Bluto will come out and try and repair his shark sub, or he'll complain. And if the lid gets stuck open, then the game will crash. Very strange. But these boxes here will give us ammunition on our little whatever this is.
Raft.
Raft, that's the word. We'll shoot our cannon at the shark sub and destroy it. We're coming to the end of Seashell Shore. There's a couple more eggs. This portal will take us into a little tunnel. A load of rhinox have formed in this tunnel, and we just need to clear them out. There's an egg at the end of the tunnel. If we miss one of the rhinox, they will laugh at us, and it's kind of funny, actually. It's a good laugh.
For them. Oh
Like
my
that.
Gosh.
Ooh.
Just like that. I'm glad you showed that off.
Yeah. No, you had to show them.
I wasn't going to say I wanted one of you to miss a rhinox, but I kind of did want you to miss a rhinox.
Stream can't hear the giggle though.
Oh.
That's a sad part.
Yeah. But yeah, you've got to clear out these rhinox all in one go. If you miss one, you have to reset at the start. Likewise, if you hit any of those mines, it'll take you back to the start. It's actually a really... It looks like it should be easy, and in theory it is, but it is very challenging to do, actually, to just nail it. Especially if you know, get into this point on a nice early game pace. But once we rescue this last seal, he will free his friends from the tunnel, and we will be done with the first homeworld, which actually, Gene managed to 3D print. We think you can see that. This is a 3D model of the Sunrise Spring homeworld. It's really detailed. It's only missing the Seashell Shore portal here, which I think broke.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is in immense detail. We've got all the portals, we've got all the trees, we've got all the detail of the map. Very cool. We started here, and we worked all our way around over here, and now we're in the balloon. And the balloon is going to take us to Buzz. And Buzz is the first boss fight of the game. It's also the most broken boss fight of the game. The other three boss fights aren't really that broken. There are definitely ways we can manipulate them, but they're fairly stable for the most part. Buzz, as you're about to see, is very, very easily broken. So, the way Buzz works is that he'll charge at you, he'll headbutt you, and you'll go flying, and you're meant to just, like, have a headbutt match, basically. And if you charge him into the lava, you will die. Very dangerous boss fight, actually, in 100 Egg, which is obviously the category we're running, because you come in here with very little health. This dragonfly, this yellow dragonfly around us, is our health bar. If he's on yellow, you got full health. Blue is 1 short. Green is 2. And if you've got no sparks, then 1 more hit and you die. And because of the way we route Bluto, it means you often come here on green or no sparks. So if you touch the lava, you die, as we just saw. But yeah, Buzz has a couple of main attacks. He'll headbutt you and send you across the arena. He also has this super spin attack. We should get this, by the way. Yeah,
Hey.
upside down camera. Yeah, so he has a super spin attack, and he also has a flame attack, a flame shield. If you stand on the edge of the arena, you can despawn the super spin attack, which he does for after the first hit. After that, he has the force field of lava, but you can turn the camera while stood on the edge and despawn that as well, so you can really rush through it. We can do it in a much quicker time than you would if you just do it casually. And as we saw right at the end there, it's much easier if you die, but if you tilt the camera while Buzz is dying in a certain way, facing downwards, then the cutscene when he dies properly will go upside down. As I say, I don't really understand this. It is for some reason easier when you've died in the fight. It pretty much happens every time, but it's a pretty cool thing to do. Again, I'm quite glad you died because it's good to show that off. But we're going to head into the second homeworld, which is Midday Gardens. We've got another swim in there. This one's really tricky, actually. We get caught between the bridge and the water plane, and just charge against the edge of the water pool. And again, the game will register the fact that we have swim. I didn't see what happened, but I have a theory as to what happened on InfinityGene's screen, which is unfortunate. As I say, Buzz is, in theory, as the first boss fight, is actually, in theory, easy, but based on how we enter it and the risk that we take right on this edge, it's a very small edge. You need to be quite close, and any missed input, or any wrong input, I should say, it's very easy to fall into the lava, and if you've got no health, you will immediately die. Very common thing to happen. But we can see Rui is in Sergeant Bird, as Sergeant Bird's base. So Sergeant Bird's movement is very, very rigid unless you hold both L1 and R1, in which case what you'll see here is that Sergeant Bird is strafing. So we have a basically locked movement, locked direction. We can fly in any direction we want while he's still facing forwards. Let go of one of them, turn, and again, hold the other button, and we will be able to move forward. If you were to not hold the two shoulder buttons and strafe, then this would take ages because it's horrendous trying to move him, quite frankly. But we can move Sergeant Bird very, very quickly this way, get a couple of eggs, and head on out of there. So hopefully we'll see some bridge swim action over on Bean's screen. Lucky. It's a very precise setup, actually. There's a lot of jumping to get to the edge, and try and get as close to essentially going over the water plane as you can. Unlucky. Close.
No.
This is the one. Ooh, nice.
Not quite high enough though.
No, it's unfortunate. So there's another dead body proxy over on Rui's screen. This one using the crocodile. Kind of fun. Yeah, let's go. So we got a nice bridge from over there. But yeah, the croc proxy, good fun. Gets you a decent amount of height. Now, this is where I'm unhappy. The reason I'm unhappy with this is that in the game there are 150 eggs. One of those is locked behind a door, which requires you to collect the other 149 eggs and also 15,000 gems. So essentially complete the main game. So we can't get that one. There is an egg for the final boss fight. There are 2 other eggs which are locked behind beating the final boss fight. That leaves us 146 eggs in the entire game, which we can choose from. We can pick any 100 of these. Doesn't matter which ones we choose. Obviously, some are going to be faster than others, but we can pick any 146 of these. It makes rooting this game really fun, really interesting, and actually really easy to pick up because, although, as I say, there are demonstrably 100 eggs that are faster than the other 46, it does mean that if you don't like a particular strat or a particular egg or a particular movement or whatever it may be, you can actually just do something else. It's fine. Doesn't matter. However, what Rui has elected to do is Sleepyhead there, which was a mini-boss. That guy is tired. I don't really understand the lore of that, to be honest. I don't understand. He just wants to sleep and we're killing him.
Yep.
It's a bit weird. But that is slightly outside of the optimal egg. Rui doesn't normally go for that egg. He goes for a different egg later in the run, but has decided for the purposes of the race to go for that egg, which, yeah, I was a little bit unhappy about. But it was a nice Sleepyhead, nonetheless, I will say.
Yeah, that's actually decent. Spooky, I just missed one proxy.
Yeah. The good thing with Sleepyhead is it is fairly consistent. You shouldn't ever really lose time to it. Right, we're going to head over to Bamboo Terrace. We like Bamboo Terrace.
You might.
There are some cool NPCs in this. I like the pandas.
The pandas are cute.
Pandas are
like
cool.
them.
If you get a chance to flame a panda, please do.
Well, why?
They
That
have
slows me down. I'm not going to do
They have a
that.
nice little bounce. It's funny.
Fine, just for you.
Thank you. So these 2 pandas at the start here, we need to save from the enemies, and we will hope to use this boulder as a squeeze proxy so we can get trapped. Yeah, there we go. We can get trapped between the wall and the boulder, hopefully. Oh. The idea is that the boulder will shoot us upwards. We can get onto a roof, and we can get to this egg that we're just going to have to run to normally. It's not too much of a detour. A little bit slower, but
It's because
fine.
I flamed the pandas. If I just like left them alone, they would
yeah,
chill.
sorry. Yeah, so we would normally have an out of bounds on the roof above and get that egg. But we'll just get it the normal way, it's fine. So yeah, we're going to go see Sleepyhead again on Gene's screen. The way that Sleepyhead works, actually, is he has a couple of attacks. One is a bomb, and we can charge the bomb back at him. And once we have had a bomb attack, he will throw out crocodiles. We can stop the crocodiles from being thrown by just going and jumping onto his belly at the right time. As we'll hopefully see here. He'll bop us out, and then get a little scratch, and throw another bomb. And that's much quicker than seeing the crocodiles, because you have to kill the crocodiles, and it just takes ages. Rui's going to head out of Bamboo Terrace. This might be a nice time for some messages.
Of course, I was actually just about to ask. We have a £10 donation from Rikelt, who says, "Hello, United Kingdom Omelette Gathering. Fancy seeing a Gene and Rui run, running fast and throwing proxies around. Good luck." And we have a slightly late £5 donation from Ali, who says, "Go Kazimus." He's over there.
He went.
He did go. He went fast, and he has finished his run.
Good.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Alright, so Rui's going to head into Enchanted Towers. This level is a fairly simple level, actually. There's only 2 eggs here, which is one on an island and one at the end of the level. There's not much cool movement going on here, to be honest. This is definitely the simplest level in the entire run.
Cool level, though, isn't it?
It is a cool level.
Hold square to go fast, that's the strat.
Hold square to go fast, that's the strat. Very good. Now, there is going to be a volume warning. They don't want me to do it, but it is going to be very loud in a second. These
I think
rockets...
that'll be on Gene's side, actually.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can be prepared in a couple of minutes' time.
No, I got the game nice and loud for myself. That's totally fine.
Yeah, these rockets destroy this sorcerer statue, the evil blue witch that I mentioned earlier. For some reason, they coded the game that when the rocket hits the statue, there is a giant explosion. And when I say giant, I mean
big.
Giant. It is very, very loud. For no reason. But it is what it is. We love it. It's one of those weird quirks that we just come to appreciate in this game.
Yeah.
And there are many of them. As I say, Enchanted Towers, very simple level. Get through it pretty quickly. And Rui can go on to one of the other most notorious levels in this run, which is Icy Peak.
It's probably one of the coolest levels, though. I do like it a lot.
Cool because it's cold, because it's icy.
Good one.
Yeah. Also, it is very cool.
No.
That's true. That's unlucky. We did get the squeeze proxy over on Gene's screen, but actually you need to be slightly higher on the roof there to properly get the out of bounds. You can get it from the bit that we landed on, but it is very, very hard. All right, can Rui get the jump? I think that's it. Yeah, let's go. So there's a really, really difficult jump there at the start of Icy Peak. You can just about make that glide from the start of the level to what is underneath the end of the level. Very, very tricky, very heavy reset point. This yellow thief, it looks so weird when you do it. If you spam pressing L2,
it's like both shoulder buttons.
either L2 or R2, the game will respawn after getting the red thief on the island first. The game will respawn that yellow thief where he should start, and you can just kill him. Now over on Gene's screen, we're collecting an egg from out of bounds. That looks weird, doesn't it? So there is a thief that is meant to spawn there after we get this egg, which is the end of level egg. But while we haven't collected the end of level egg, the thief may not be visible. But the egg is still there, spawned or stored beneath that bridge. So we can just swim and touch the trigger, and we will get the egg. If you go too close to the wall, you will softlock, so be careful of that.
It's like a semi-soft lock. You can still leave the level.
Yeah.
You have to do it again.
But we got the egg flawlessly. No worries, no dramas. But this is looking like a really good Icy Peak, actually. A lot of Icy Peak is genuinely just dictated whether you get what we call Icy Peak jump. And we obviously call it that because it's a jump in Icy Peak. There's nothing more to it than that.
Very, very simple calling scheme.
Yeah. Yeah. I like when we name things simply.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's Icy Peak done with. we can head on over to, well, it says Evening Lake, but we're going to actually go to the second boss fight, which is Spike. Now, if you've played this game, you're going to have bad memories of Spike, I can assure you. I have it. Everyone does. This is a very hard boss fight. The way this works, volume warning, by the way, on Gene's screen, this is where we are. We're going to hear a big, big, big explosion. Also a bonk. Oof, yeah. All rough. Yeah, so the way that Spike works is that he has a little ray gun, which he'll shoot projectiles at us. Out of the arena will spawn these rocks, and we can charge them and hit him at them. Spike is a 9-hit boss fight in this category. And it's very, very important in this category. This game has adaptive difficulty. And in the any % run, which is basically just skip to the end of level, get the end of level egg, move on. We can skip into all the portals. We can skip into the final boss. It's banned in this category, but we can do that. In the any % category, Spike is on easy mode rather than hard mode, which is what we're on now. And in easy mode, he only takes 6 hits. In hard mode, he takes 9 hits, which makes this very challenging, and it means that there is an increased risk of dying. Again, very common, very easy to do. So yeah, his projectile attacks, he'll shoot 2 in the first phase. As I say, 9 hits. The first 3 will be via rocks. Hits 4 to 6 will be via a flame power-up that Sergeant Bird's drops. We can sometimes get an extra rock, which we almost did. In this phase, where we get these red power-ups that we can flame him with, Spike will shoot 3 times. And then there'll be a blue power-up, which is basically just a projectile. We spit it straight at Spike, and during that time, he will shoot 4 projectiles. Yeah, nice, nice, Gene.
I was dreading it.
Yeah. As I say, Icy Peak jump is a very, very, very common reset point for every single runner who does it. Nice to get it. You can see the weird thief glitch again. It blows my mind that that happens. I assume it was some sort of debugging thing, or they didn't notice it, I don't know. But, yeah. Very, very weird. We can head on over to Evening Lake once we've defeated Spike. Cool boss, Spike, actually. Very hard, but very, very interesting. We're going to head over to another common reset point, Fireworks Factory. Rui, are you going to go for Firefly?
I'll try it.
Not going to commit to it.
I don't know if I have many lives. I don't know if I'll definitely use it.
Yeah, that's fair. So there is another dead body proxy at the very start of this level. Same as we've done a couple of times throughout this run. This one is going to be on a Firefly. Now, the Firefly has 2 problems. 1, its hitbox is very small. And 2, it moves. And sometimes it doesn't move, and that's bad because we need it to move. So let's see. Ooh. Oh, unlucky. So it moved into the right spot. But I think we just missed the hitbox. Not too bad.
Very hard proxy.
Yeah. You will see the top runners resetting over this all the time. It is a very, very hard proxy. As I say, the fact that you've got the fluidity of its movement, which you can't predict, and the fact that the hitbox is very, very small, means that it's so precise to get. It's unfortunate. It does save a big chunk of time because this level...
Let's hit 'em.
I mean, if you look at it from the top, it's not that big, but actually getting around it does take a very long time. You need this cannon. You need to talk to the NPC. Yeah, it just saves so much time to get Firefly. But not to worry, we move on. We're going to go to another side area. This is Ninja HQ. Various ninjas have taken over this area. We're going to hopefully do a trick called Bomb Boost here, where we're going to lure this big metal guy into throwing a bomb. Nice positioning. And hopefully we're going to damage abuse and get onto a ledge. Yeah. Oh, yes! Let's go. Very nice. Very nice save, actually. I thought you weren't going to make that after...
yeah, that was very scary.
Just getting on the edge, yeah. Really nice. So that saves a big chunk of time as well. Again, that's quite a big area to run around. Very precise trick. We are playing on the NTSCU version of the game. Weirdly, that trick is much easier on the PAL version of the game. Very little else in this game is better on PAL, but that one is. Don't know why.
sad life of power runners. It's hard.
Yeah. We're going to do a little skip here into Agent 9. This is a monkey with a ray gun. He's everyone's favourite because he's a monkey with a ray gun. Who would not think he's your favourite? There's some really weird movement here. You're seeing Agent 9 move at, well, hopefully has some high velocity here. Ooh.
If I'm not bad at it, that is.
Yeah. So basically what this is we're holding L1 or R1, doesn't matter which, and then spamming at a particular timing, but if you're just starting out, you can just spam it. And we're going to, hold L1, spam R1, for example, and Agent 9 will basically be jolted forward at high speeds. Normally, those buttons will take Agent 9 side to side, left to right, along with the D-pad, which will just move you forward, backwards, right, left. But we can, abuse this functionality and just send him through this level much, much quicker than walking. Trust me, if you walk through this level, it takes ages. Again, Fireworks Factory is one of those levels where it's very, very trick-heavy. There are so many things that you can do to speed up the level, and all of them, genuinely, they might be like 3 of the most time-saving tricks or abilities that you can do, and they're all in the same level, which is really fun.
When Gene gets here, he's like way better at Agent 9 movement, so definitely worth looking at the screen there.
Yeah, I do a slightly different strat, which you're going to see probably in about 2 minutes' time.
Yeah. Watching Agent 9 strafing at high level is crazy. Like,
it's
it's
crazy.
so good.
Can I just say as well, Spike has been awful for both of us today.
Yeah. Spike is an awful boss. As I say, it's a very interesting one because there's so much to it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Very, very scary on a good pace. Very easy to die.
It's very frustrating as well because you can kind of control how Spike goes, but it's just hard.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of manipulation you need to do. Right, so Rui is in Lost Fleet. Again, if you've played this as a child, you'll maybe remember this for the skateboarding race, which is very long. Kind of fun. Maybe? Not sure.
Yeah, it's fun.
But we're not going to go do skateboarding because it takes like 5 minutes, and that's too long. We don't need that. So we're just going to run to the end of the level. We're going to get Crazy Ed to his boat. He's going to give us an egg. And then we're going to go topside, we're going to go to another egg. And then we're going to do a trick called Zombie. So, in this game, and in this level specifically, we can go onto the lava, we can damage abuse, and right as Spyro is about to die, the frame before he's about to die, we can pause, and nice chest proxy.
Don't mind me.
Yeah.
Just,
we can pause at the frame before Spyro dies. The game will be confused by this because it's confused in a limbo state between Spyro is alive, Spyro is dead. In this state, in the pause menu, we can exit, and that gives us zombie mode. Let's see if we get it. Nice, there we go. You can tell actually by the fact that Spyro's tail will point upwards if you've got zombie mode, and it won't point upwards if you're on an earlier frame. Now, in zombie mode, Spyro has trouble changing state. So we load in swim state, and actually the water plane is just a suggestion. There is no water plane. We can just swim out of the water plane because the game is confused. It doesn't know what to do. It keeps us in swim. Now, in zombie state, the game is a little bit unstable, so what we do is we death abuse, and because the game is like, well, the last time you died, you were in swim state, so you must be underwater in swim state, right? So it gives us the swimming air back. Now, in this state, we do actually have a stable game. When we're in zombie mode, having left the level, we can't pause. There are some weird, like you can't change state, so if you fall into a pool, for example, from the ground, then you would be stuck. You wouldn't be in swim state. Yeah, it's a cool mechanic, but slightly dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. You can get soft locked very, very easily. Another egg there that we collected from Out of Bounds. That's Stubby. Iconic egg. We love egg. Gene's doing some very nice Agent 9 movement, I must say. This is beautiful. A little bit stuck on the wall, but that's okay. Nice. Probably going to get hit there, yep.
Double turn now. Do a 180. There we go.
There we go. Yeah, when you watch people do this well, it's really, really satisfying. Because you can clear this in seconds. Me as a kid taking 15 minutes to do this, like backing slowly into corners, shooting all the ninjas as I go. Taking forever. And Rui's over into Bentley. Bentley is a really a dull side character, to be honest. He's a big Yeti with a club, which you'd think is interesting and actually, you know, kind of funny. He also speaks with a really funny English accent and says some really, like, high syllable words. But we don't hear any of that, sadly. But we're going to do, hopefully, a really cool proxy here called World Record Proxy. Are we going to get World Record Proxy? Let's see. Hey. Let's go! World Record Proxy! Now, if anyone's curious, the reason we call it World Record Proxy is that that will never be in a world record. It is the most pointless proxy you can do. It doesn't save time. It loses 6.5 seconds because it just sends you upwards. There's no functionality to it. All the side characters are escort missions, and we need to escort Bentley's younger brother Bartholomew to the end. So sending Bentley into the stratosphere doesn't really help, but it looks cool. Yeah, that's the end of Bentley. Gene's hopefully going to get some zombie in a moment, and we can go to some messages.
I was going to say something.
Go on.
And I've completely forgotten what I was going to say.
Well, that's not helpful.
So instead, I'm going to say thank you for watching the United Kingdom Speedrunning Gathering, a 2-day speedrunning marathon that's coming at you live from Glasgow, Scotland. It's very weird outside the weather. It was snowing about 10 minutes ago, and now it is very sunny. I don't know where I are. We are raising money to support Crisis, a charity supporting people out of homelessness for good. They achieve this through education, training, and support with housing, employment, and health. 90% of your donations will be going towards Crisis, and 10% will be going towards UKSG's future events. So let's keep those donations rolling in. I did mean to say earlier, with that £5 donation, we hit £800 for Crisis. So well done, guys.
So Rui is in Frozen Altars. Hopefully going to get a proxy here that he might be able to explain if he gets it. Yeah, let's go. Nice. Go on, Rui.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a proxy that you get to see in this run often, just because when you're like playing at top level, you're usually using an actual console, not emulator. And for emulator, it's fast. But like, it's just strat differences. But yeah, as you like freeze, like whatever thing you freeze in this level, it can literally be anything. If Spyro's in a flop state and is like in where that ice cube spawns, he'll just go up flying into the sky, and it's really cool because it's a proxy that can basically happen anywhere.
The cool gimmick in Frozen Altars is that your flame is actually an ice breath. So yeah, you can freeze objects, enemies, NPCs, really cool. There's one that if you freeze and unfreeze them, he'll say brr, which is really nice. This is Yeti Boxing, which I was going to describe it as iconic, but I feel like that's being too nice to it. Yeti Boxing, another one, childhood nightmares. We basically just want to punch this Yeti because he's stolen Bentley's younger brother's ball. He'll never give us the ball back, by the way. He'll just give us 2 eggs if we do a second one. Yeah, we just need to punch the Yeti. Pressing square on a particular tempo is the best way to do this. That was a little bit slower than we'd like, but still fine, I would say.
Honestly, just getting it done is like good enough
yeah,
for me.
exactly. Gene gave Bartholomew a whack on the head there, which is always good fun. We don't like Bartholomew, he's annoying. Get through some Bentley action. I really like Frozen Altars, actually. Like, although Bentley Boxing is really annoying, having the ice breath is kind of cool.
One of the best soundtracks in Frozen Altars too.
That is true. That is true.
I'd probably say it's my favorite level.
Yeah, nice. Evening Lake, the homeworld that we're in, is, again, kind of notorious. It is the hardest homeworld. We've got probably 2 of the hardest levels in the run, in this homeworld. Obviously, there's lots of tricks. There's zombie, which is important. Yeah, we're going to get eaten by a whale. And this one's called Jonah, because obviously. Getting eaten by the whale is always fun. I really enjoy that. And then we're going to head on over to the last level in this homeworld, which is Charmed Ridge. Another really, really hard level. Really cool. Again, very frustrating if you are not very, very experienced at doing it. there's actually kind of a cool story here, which is that the prince and the princess have decided to run away together, and these fairies aren't happy about it, which feels kind of rude. But we have to go save them. Now, there's an out of bounds here. We just have to glide through that wall, and we can get to this ledge, which you're not meant to get to, but there's just a hole in the wall. It is, I would say, the easiest out of bounds in this entire game, possibly even the entire series.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, really cool. That skips a whole big thing. You're meant to pay money bags to get some stairs opened just in front of us there, which would then let you come into this area through here, but we can just skip all that. Money bags is down there somewhere. We can hopefully get this. No, never mind. Another dead body proxy. Missed. Unlucky. And we're going to head on over to Jack and the Beanstalk. And Gene's hopefully going to have the best boxing of all time. Weird thing with boxing, actually, that I didn't mention earlier when Rui was there, is that the Yeti is actually RNG. So sometimes the boxing will be easy. Like, genuinely, the Yeti will not fight back at all. He'll be really easy to hit. Sometimes he will be like he is the world champion boxer. Genuinely, it's mad. There's no way of predicting it. There's no way of manipulating it, as far as I'm aware anyway. You just get lucky or unlucky. And if you get here on a really nice pace and then the Yeti is like, nope, I'm going to just destroy you now.
Yep.
Nothing you can do. Really unfortunate.
I think the worst part for me is that you'll be hitting like square 2D punches and they won't always come out.
Yeah.
Like, there's exhaustion like mechanic in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it feels so inconsistent. Like there is a beat to it, but it is just really hard.
There are definitely some runners who use a metronome actually to time that, because there is a rhythm to it. Not something I've done. I don't know if you two have, but
I think I heard someone talk about listening to, what is it, Toto Africa beats.
Yes, yeah, that's the song. Yeah.
Nice, yeah. That's a good way of doing it, and you get to listen to a great song.
Yeah.
Probably not going to fit on the UKSG copyright, but
No, I don't think so. I don't think we have the licensing for that. But that's something Pollister can look into.
we just saw Rui die there. Unfortunately, he went for another dead body proxy of the Cat Wizard. Now, that proxy here is notorious because if you do miss it, you do die. It does save time if you get over the wall, but if you miss it, you die. But if you get it, you get over the wall, which is nice. Good to see a Cat Wizard's proxy. I like that proxy. Good fun. Here's the prince. Oh, sorry, the princess. She's running away. Again, I don't know why the fairies are trying to stand in the way of true love. Maybe they're just evil. Who knows?
They're just haters.
Yeah, that's fair. Can't blame them, to be honest. Gene gets spit out by the whale. I love that whale. So funny. Also, actually, with zombie, as I'll come back to that, if you go into the whale in zombie mode, the game soft locks. Actually,
it's a semi-soft lock.
It's a
you
semi-soft
can still
lock.
recover it if you go into a portal.
Yeah, it's weird. Again, game unstable in mode that you're not meant to be in.
It's like the game was unfinished.
Well. Alright, Gene is going to go through Charmed Ridge, and Rui is going to head over to Scorch, which is the third boss. Again, I keep saying the word notorious for some of these, and it's because it is. Now this fight is completely RNG, in that Bentley will spit out either green rockets or red rockets. We got a green rocket.
Ooh.
Boo!
Ooh.
So the way we attack Scorch is that he'll fly around, he'll have a series of attacks, either these projectiles, he'll send out some eggs with some enemies in, and we just need to shoot him while he doesn't have the ray shield around him. Now, you would think that when they coded this game, that the projectiles would be a bit different. If we get a red projectile, we get 50 of them, and they do 1 hit point of damage. If we get a green projectile, we get 1 of them, and they do 1 hit point of damage. The developers were asked about this, and they actually did think that it was meant to do 2 hit points of damage, the green rocket, but actually it only does 1. So again, if you come here on a nice pace, and you get a green rocket, well, unlucky, because you can only shoot him once at a time. You've obviously got to be very precise with that one shot. If you miss, you have to wait. There's no guarantee you ever get red rockets as well, by the way. I have seen runs that get 8 green rockets, damage him. I think it is 8 times that you damage him and just get no red rockets, and it loses like a minute and a half.
There's an absolutely hilarious clip of Jeremy getting like 11 in a row.
Yeah.
Last hit is a red, and he's just like...
Nice. So Jeremy Thompson, the world record holder, he's got a 50-18 in this category, which is ridiculous. It's more than a minute better than the second place on the board.
On the best console ever.
On the best console over the best, the PSTV.
Boo,
Yeah.
boo.
The PSTV has a function called very fast disk speed, which speeds up the loads beyond what PlayStation 2 fast disk speed does. We are currently playing on emulator, so we have access to neither of those, but yeah. Jeremy's just the best runner, regardless whether he was on a PS2, an emulator, a PSTV. But yeah, you can get absolutely stuck in Scorch, and it's very sad when you do. He's going to come over to the end of Charmed Ridge here, and then we're going to see if he can get a red or a green rocket in Scorch. Hopefully a red rocket.
Of course, red.
Rui's over in Crystal Islands. This is a really cool level. This might be one of my favorite designed levels. The whole structure of this level is based around these crystals, so you can see the enemies there are crystallized. You've got all these crystals here. It's like we're playing Crash 2 or Crash 3, to be honest. I can just hear Cortex in the back of my mind going, give me the crystals. But we're actually not rescuing crystals, we're just rescuing eggs. We can do a cool swim in there. And that gets us around the level. We kill that thief. We're meant to fly after him, but that takes ages. So we just swim into the front of his engine and kill him, and we get the egg for it, which is very nice.
That's it.
Nice little star power up, and then we'll do a little overlap here. So if we land on that platform, the game will always give us the egg because we're past the dialogue box for the NPC at the end of the level. And we can land on that platform in a way that we end up in the edge of the door to this slide. Now, the slide is one of the coolest parts of this whole game. We're actually going to skip most of the slide because it's slow. But you get to slide down this big blue slide, which is kind of cool.
Come on, Bentley. Give me red. Bentley, what are you doing?
I would say, is he not someone out yet?
How many greens is this?
2 greens so far.
2 greens.
Sorry.
Unfortunate. 3 greens.
Green.
The green missile is technically meant to be a homing missile, but it kind of doesn't home properly. Especially not if Scorch is moving. Nice to get a red rocket, finally. The red rockets don't home at all, but you get more of them, so it's easier. Alright, Rui's going to head over into Desert Ruins. This is quite a cool level as well. I keep saying this for many levels, they're just all really cool levels.
This is just a cool game.
Yeah, it's a cool game. Nice little scorpion proxy there, really good. The tail will fling us upwards. Now, did this game come out before or after Tomb Raider? I think it's after, right?
Must have been after,
definitely.
Yeah, this is definitely not Lara Croft. This is definitely not discount Lara Croft. This is Tara. Remember Tara, not Lara, Tara. Definitely no copyright infringement going on there. Anyway, we're going to do another Scorpion proxy. Nice.
That's pretty high.
That is pretty high.
Really good.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of places we can use that Scorpion proxy to just get out of bounds. Again, this is a very long level, actually, if you go through it forwards. You've got to pay money bags again. He's everywhere trying to take our gems. Evil bear.
He's particularly bad in Midnight Mountain. He like wants 1,000 each.
He wants
Just for
so
a
many
bridge.
gems.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Agent 9, who we don't actually unlock in this because his movement is not fast enough to warrant us to going to get his eggs. That's actually 1,300 gems, which is, what, 700 odd more than Rui's currently got? The guy is thieving from us. Anyway, nice little side area here, little 2D scroller with Sheila. This is quite fun. Very easy to make a mistake here, actually. There's a lot of enemies and lava and things like that can damage us, but it's quite nice, actually. It's a very unique thing in this game to be 2D. But good fun. We get 2 eggs for this, which is nice. Gene's in the Crash Bandicoot level. as I'm going to dub it, and no one else is going to call it that ever. The way this swim works is that we can just get trapped between the crystal and the wall. Very nice second attempt. And yeah, just trick the game into thinking we're swimming when we're not.
Oh, cool.
Now there's an egg coming up on Rui's screen, not this one, but the next one that we're going to get. And you'll see there are a couple of scorpions. So there's one on this platform. These platforms sink. And then there's one on this platform. If we don't kill that scorpion, then that egg will just never actually load for us. We won't actually be able to collect it until we kill the scorpion. Slightly weird thing. I don't really know why it's there, but yeah. Kill the scorpion, get the egg. As long as you know, you're all good. There's an egg behind this breakable wall.
That was close.
You can def abuse on this one, and that would be faster on PSTV again.
Yeah, PSTV or PS2.
Just emulator life.
Yeah.
So.
I did actually look at your lives and think, is he going to do it on one life?
Nah, no way.
Emulator, fair enough. More slide action over on Gene's screen. I love the slide. We're going to head over to Haunted Tomb for Rui. We're going to do... Are you going to go for Mummy Proxy?
I'll attempt it.
Unlucky.
No.
So you can proxy off that Mummy, get some height. Equally, we can just press that button to lower this door. The door will not close if Spyro is standing on it. But so that means that we can manipulate it into closing a little bit, jumping onto the top of the door, and jumping to the end of level. Again, very long level. If you don't do that out of bounds, then it takes a very long time. But yeah, we can just do that, make it easier. There is another slide here, which we're going to just skip over. And then we're going to go into a mission in a second called Tanks. There are a bunch of... I think it's called the Demolition Derby, actually. But there are a bunch of tanks, enemy tanks, that we just need to destroy, and we'll get an egg for it. Rui normally in his runs would do 2. There are 2 eggs for it. There are 4 tanks in the first egg, and 10 in the second egg. But as we did Sleepyhead, the tired boss back in the second homeworld, we're only going to do 1 tanks here, which is definitely faster, definitely easier. And yeah, and I think this is probably the last good time for some messages.
Of course, I will come in with some messages. We would like to thank, of course, NSG for supporting this event, Norway's resident speedrunning event. They run 2 events a year in Ask near Oslo, and their next event is NSG Spring 2024. It's happening on April the 11th to the 13th. If you want to catch that, you can catch it on twitch.tv/NSG Marathon. I had a quick question for you guys. I've noticed that the eggs are all named. What's everybody's favourite named egg?
Noodles.
Bingus.
Bingus is pretty good.
I am very happy with those answers.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So there is actually... so Jeremy Thompson, the world record holder, who we mentioned a little bit earlier, and another speedrunner-adjacent individual, HWD405, actually did a ROM hack of this game called Spyro 3.5 Return to the Forgotten Realms? World?
Yeah, that was it. Forgotten Realms.
Forgotten Realms. And basically, it's a ROM hack for speedrunners. So all of the egg locations are moved, or virtually all of the egg locations are moved. NPCs are moved, loading triggers are moved, and you have to do lots of speedrunner tricks, some of which we've seen in this run, some of which we haven't seen in this run, to actually access all of the eggs. It is a very cool thing. If anyone actually in the audience does want to try it out, I do have a disc with me, so we could do that at some stage this weekend. But all of the eggs are actually named after different speedrunners and different people who are responsible for finding strats or are iconic in the community. It's really cool, actually. I don't have an egg. Rui, you've got an egg, right?
I do, yeah.
Rui's got an egg. Yeah, there are lots of iconic people in that. It's quite fun finding like your favorite speedrunners and yeah, finding their egg in the game. Cool thing.
So another unique thing I do here. Usually, instead of like doing this egg first in this level, or this egg second, I should say, usually you would go towards the end of level egg and go into the water tunnel instead. But not too long ago, I realized that you could actually do a proxy on the wall of like the entrance to this bit. which allows you to sort of like get some speed going in and like skipping a text box. Such a small thing, but it is like technically faster to do this. So I'm super happy I got it just now.
Yeah, that was really nice. Yeah, the NPC here that we're talking to, the blue guy in the helmet, will always talk to us if we load in. But if we get the boost off the wall, coming from out of bounds, yeah, we just get it in at enough speed that we just skip it. Very cool strat, I like it. Saves like 2 seconds, I think.
Yeah, 2 second time save.
Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Alright, a bit more Haunted Tomb. We're going to see another door skip. I really like the door skip. I think it's mainly because it does skip so much level.
Yeah, just all of a level.
Haunted Tomb is so annoying and long. You have to kind of go back and forth and lower doors and open doors and lower... It's nightmare. Alright, well, Rui has left Dinovines, which was the last main level we'll see in this run. And hopefully, when we exit this level, we will see in the top right 100 eggs. That is not GG though. That is not the run. We have to go and defeat the final boss, the sorceress, the evil blue witch, who has stolen all of these dragon eggs. The sorceress is a really sophisticated fight. I won't go into all of the detail to it, but she has 12 hits. And there are 3 different ways of damaging her. There is a cannon, there is a tank, and there is a UFO. At the start, we'll get cannons, and the game intends for us to damage her twice with the cannons. Then we'll get tanks, and the game intends us to damage her 4 times with the tank. So that takes us to 6 hits out of 12. And then there are UFOs, and the game intends us to finish the fight on the UFO. However, there's different patterns to the cannon drops at the start here. Which is why Rui is setting up on the outside and just looking around for where the cannons are spawning. And we could time it so that we actually hit her 3 times with the cannon at the start, which hopefully we'll get. We can force the game into giving us a second cannon. And then, once we get the tank, we can force the game into giving us another tank with the timing of our hit number 6. And if we do that, the tank movement, as we're going to see hopefully in a minute, is much faster than the UFO. So that was a very nice cannon phase. So we'll get a tank. And if we time this shot from about halfway across the arena...
Oh, that's scary.
We get the timing right. Hopefully... Yes, Agent 9. He shot down the tank. Very good UFO skip. And this is much easier to control. Time will be coming up once that health bar goes off screen, hopefully. I will give you a shout. Oh, no. We lost the tank, unlucky. So she can attack you if you're too close. We'll get the UFO. You can see the UFO movement is a little bit rough. It's fine, but it's a little bit rough. Definitely you want the tank if you can, especially having got tank skip. I think that's 2 hits left. 1 hit left. And time.
GG.
Very nice. 101.49, I think that said on the screen. I reckon that's 101.20 probably by board timing.
Yeah, probably.
Not too bad. Not too bad for a marathon. Gene is in Dynamine, so we've only got a couple of minutes of this run left. So I'm assuming you're happy for us to play this out.
No, you must end. No, of course you can keep going. Yeah.
I think Gene's on what 90. I think this will be egg 98.
No. Oh no, 98. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The last 2.
So pretty close race.
Yeah, just a bit unfortunate with the whirlwind bypass right at the beginning.
Whirlwind bypass and bridge swim, I think, were the 2 that cost you a little bit of time, which is unfortunate. But again, I think we can get caught up in being in this game quite a lot and finding them easy when we get them. But actually, they are quite hard, and especially if you miss them once, it's very frustrating, and it's very easy to then kind of spiral a little bit.
Just to let you know, Rui, it's not showing on screen, but you had a final time of 101.48 RTA, so congratulations.
Nice.
Yeah, so I reckon 101, 1x, low 2x maybe with the loads, because we board time from first movement, basically. But yeah, not bad for a reset that's in a marathon, I would say.
Yeah.
Comfortably underestimate, which is good. But yeah, we're going to get through the last of this tunnel. You can actually get a skill point in this tunnel. If you kill the 4 seahorses there with guns, you can get a skill point.
I was so tempted to actually like learn to get the skill point consistently, but it's just not worth it. It's like
no, it's frustrating. Especially because like that last one is really
Yeah.
close to the TNTs. If you hit that at the end, you just lose, what, 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Yep.
Very frustrating. But we get Elliot, and I believe that is Egg 100.
Yep.
Very nice. Right, we can head on over to the Sorceress and win. Win the game. Defeat the final boss.
The real boss is the estimate.
The real boss
Yeah.
is the estimate, yeah.
Let's get some HP. Oh,
Yeah. It's good to actually enter this on full health, because at definitely at green sparks and possibly at blue sparks, but yeah, definitely
It's
at
just green.
Definitely at green sparks, you'll get sheep dropped. If you're trying to do UFO skip or trick the game into giving you another cannon at the same time, that's really infuriating, because the sheep drop from the balloons. You've got Agent 9, the monkey with the ray gun, shooting down all of these ways of damaging the sorcerer. So if he shoots down a sheep while you want him to shoot down a tank, it's like, well, not really what I want.
Yeah, he just like stops helping you with the fight until you got like gold sparks back.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of nice of him. You can see the sheep in the top left there. It's good of him to like take care of us, but also let us damage her, you know?
Yeah. Doing this fight like casually, like it just seems like nothing, but we've like learned how to predict like this fight so well that like as soon as he starts going to sheep instead, it just like throws it all off. It's pretty much over at that point.
Yeah. Lots of people spent a lot of time labbing this out, trying to figure out the movement. Because, I mean, like, I think we figured out the cannon patterns quite early, but Sorcerer's movement and some of Agent 9's movement are a little bit more complex.
Yeah, and like the actual cannon skip as well, the one that I did is just sort of like a simpler guaranteed drop. But there's ways to actually get the cannon to drop like quicker. It's just a lot to learn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very frustrating fight if you're, well, frankly, even if you're like top level.
Yeah.
You make one mistake.
No, it is so easy to throw this
Yeah.
fight.
go away, sorceress, please.
Yeah, we needed to move away from the tank, actually. That was a nice UFO skip.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, we
I
won.
thought that was
I think
enough.
we were one hit behind there, weren't we? Ah, well, that's fine. Oh, really?
Yeah, sure.
Interesting. Okay.
Just take it.
I don't know if I agree with that, but we'll take it. Yeah. Oh. Oh.
You're gonna have to do one UFO.
Yeah. The one slight downside to the tank is you do have limited ammo, but it is obviously faster.
Careful.
One more hit. Time.
GG.
Underestimate. Very good.
Underestimate, that'll do.
Really nice run. I say, like, a few places where we got a little bit stuck, but it can happen. This is technically a trick category. And as with any trick in any game, if you just miss it, then you just have to keep on doing it until you get it.
Yep, absolutely.
We would have reset on Villa. So
yeah. To be fair, we would have reset in the first level.
My Villa was fine for the beginning part. It was just everything else at the end. None of the other proxies didn't do anything. So
Yeah.
in runs, I would have probably taken.
We've accidentally gone to intermission, but we're back.
Hey! Very
Continue.
good.
So what were we saying? Sunny Villa.
yeah, Villa.
But yeah, it was fun. Honestly, it was a lot of fun. What did you think?
Yeah, I had a fairly decent run as well. Yeah, no, very smooth. I'm glad I got all the like tricks that I was wanting to get. Yeah, no, pretty happy.
Very nice run.
And thank you very much, Bradley.
all right.
Appreciate the
Yeah,
commentary.
Thank
as
you for
always.
playing. I enjoyed that. Just a quick shout out to the general Spyro community, to be honest. If you like this game, if you've watched this game and thought the movement's cool, whatever it might be, and you want to join or you just want to watch, doesn't matter. You can join the community. We've got leaderboards, Discord. There are people who are very, very nice in that community, willing to help if you want to learn anything. Loads and loads and loads of resources if you want to learn literally anything.
Yep.
So feel free to join and, yeah, watch along.
Yeah. And likewise, like I learned this game pretty well thanks to members of the community, especially Rui, who pretty much taught me the majority of the game. So yeah, big shout out to Rui. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Jeremy taught me the game as well. Like, everyone in the community is like really friendly. They'll always like reach out if you ever want to learn how to play the game. Yeah, no, it's a really cool
Now that
time.
you're done
So,
saving the world
I think
again.
I'll give it back over to Tombo.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you
you
very
very
much. Congratulations, Rui, for winning. Commiserations, InfinityGene. Great comms we had there from Bradley. Next up, we have Crazy Yo running new Super Mario Bros. Wii. This is me done for hosting. I'll be back in a few hours though, running Professor Layton in the Curious Village. But before I go, I'm going to have one of the jelly beans that Nashlax has left. So I have randomized it. This is either dirty dishwater or birthday cake.
Oh my god.
Is in good hands.
Yeah, that was definitely dirty dishwasher. Stick around, guys. Keep the donations coming in, and we will see you in a bit. Thank you very much.